Hello Internet, my name is Persephone and welcome to my channel. Today we're discussing something that has been absolutely disrespected for far too long, and that's the tailoring tools of the trade item from 9.1.5 synchronous thread and the farmable tears and time you can close with it throughout all BFA zones. When the tools of the trade system first launched, Najatar and Mechagon were not out yet, and the tears were not a great source of materials because they weren't permanent. The Zandalar and Kultira spawns, though abundant in locations, only have a few up in each zone at a time, and which ones are available are random, which makes farming the Chronal Cache of Cloth, the item which we're looking for here, not efficient at all and essentially a waste of time. Thankfully for us, with the addition of Najatar, Blizzard decided to make the 16 spawn locations here permanent, and farming these became much more viable. The tears are visible on the map when you have the synchronous thread item in your bags as large yellow dots, and all you have to do to close them is use the ability on the item, which will channel and when finished do one of 5 things. Spawn an ad that will attack that when killed drops gray items or tight spray linen, gives you a buff to increase your run speed, or one that reses you if you die, both only working in BFA zones. Spawns a vendor that sells previously unobtainable patterns, so it's worth noting if you haven't yet, you should pick up these patterns while you're out here. And the final thing being the Chronal Cache of Cloth, which has an almost equal. In 1,000 boxes, BFA Cloth came out ahead by about 4% to give tailoring materials from different expansions from vanilla through BFA. Some of these boxes contain BOP mats, so it's important that if you do this farm to bring the character you actually do your crafting on, as not to waste them. The boxes from each expansion can differ in value significantly, from BFA boxes being worth on average about 12 gold, to BC averaging out at above 10,000 gold per. Which box you get each time is entirely RNG based, but you should know to get excited whenever you open a BC or Wrath box. The route. There are a total of 16 spawn locations in Najatar, and they're in a pretty easy to navigate circle. As Horde, I usually start with the spawn location directly south of New Home and work my way clockwise like this. It's important to note that these tears are not group farmable and do have a respawn timer of about 5 minutes. So if there's someone else already farming, you can share the tears, but you would have to be using the same route and start on opposite sides of the zone. For me, the entire route takes just under 9 minutes, which means in 1 hour I can get just about 7 laps for an average box expectation of 22.4 boxes per hour. Well, what's that mean for the value? The value of what's inside the box can vary wildly depending on your intention with the materials. If your goal is to sell the cloth raw, some of the drops will not have any value as they are BOP, but expensive rare mats values can be high enough to make up for it. When discussing potential gold of BOP items, or if you're planning on crafting with them, then the prices are dependent on if you're basing the value on the finished crafts, or in the case of the BOP items, in the value of the materials you saved yourself from doing the cooldowns, or rush crafts. When pricing my own runs, I use the region market average to price the BOE cloth and the region market average of the rush crafting mats of the BOP as if I were attempting to make them all the same day as I farmed them, as I don't find it fair to price something I was able to farm many of in one day, the same as many days of cooldown crafts. In my 1 hour of running this farm for footage, I was able to complete 7 laps and loot an above average 28 boxes. In those boxes, I only looted one of the most valuable expansions material box and was still able to finish my hour with a total of 60,626 gold in sellable cloth, 12,163 gold in BOP materials, for a grand total of 72,789 gold in looted value. Since I do a lot of tailoring transmog crafts, most of these items will be saved, and therefore their potential gold value actually increases because crafting transmog has a fairly large profit potential, and these prices are essentially the crafting cost of said transmog. Now, would I suggest everyone run out and do the lengthy quest line to unlock the ability to do this farm? Honestly, probably not. But if you already have the tools of the trade item, this is a great alternative to farming out each expansion's materials one at a time, or in my case, remembering to do my daily cooldowns. It's also exceptionally relaxing, as it scratches that part of your brain that herbing and mining does. Follow the yellow dots. As a side note, if you choose to do this farm, keep an eye out for any of the Nazjatar rares in your path. So many of them have the potential to drop pets worth quite a bit of gold, and nabbing one of these could significantly increase the value of your time spent farming. Do you do a lot of tailoring? Is this a farm you might try? Am I completely wrong and this is stupid and you hate it? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to comment any questions, compliments, or concerns you may have down below. Want to tell me all about how worthless Tools of the Trade is? Make sure to come over to my Twitch and tell me all about it.